If you were assigned to be the arbitrator in the NHL lockout situation, what would you do?
I'd like to see more of them back to work. Both sides got to straighten up and get going.
I would try to have them go 50-50.
If I was the arbitrator, I would just let them, well, I guess if I was the arbitrator, it'd be my job not to let them battle it out. But I believe in the bargaining process. But if you're an arbitrator, you're trying to get them in a room. I'd lock them in a room until they come out with a deal, with no food or water.
Well, I obviously think that it's all over a money issue. I probably just try to talk some common sense to them, get back playing hockey.
Well, it'd be nice to see the players realize that they're overpaid for what they have to do. It'd be nice to see them take a small pay cut, or any type of pay cut, really.
What would I do? I would force them all to get back, because it's ridiculous how much money they make in the first place, hockey players, compared to other people in the world who make a difference. Teachers, doctors, you name it. These guys are playing hockey, they're entertaining, and I think they make way too much money, and it's just, they're all ridiculously overpaid. So, yeah, I'd get the whip it good out, and I'd make them get back and play hockey.
I try to get everybody to settle down, and because they did this, 5-6 years ago too, right? It's kind of foolish, really. I know people got to stand their ground and get what they want to make for a better business type of the sport. But I mean, there's also fans out there and hockey rinks that are built and millions of dollars invested that are just getting thrown to waste for a whole another year, and who knows, it could be more than just a year. Doing this again, I think it's been 6 years or something. Again, it should have been settled, and I mean, it could happen once, yes, but it should have been settled and dealt with and never happen again. That's my thoughts. To solve it, it's a hard thing, because you also, like I said, the players need what they want. They don't need to be pushed around. They have to stand their ground. You just have to work both ways, and I think that's not what they're doing right now. If there was someone that could step in to kind of cooperate with everyone and to make everyone happy, which it never works, but if there's a way, I'm sure it would be the best thing for it. So,
well, I think they should both take pay cuts and go back to doing what they're supposed to be doing, but there's a lot of greed involved, and I think if they just take a little less on either side, I think it'd probably be good. I mean, when you're talking $6 or $7 million and maybe going to lose $400,000, it's really kind of a drop in the pail, I think. So I think they should just sit down and hash it out and take a loss on both sides and get back to playing.
Probably go somewhere in between. What's an arbitrator do, right? I mean, I think the players are getting an awful lot of money, but it's kind of a big drop right off the bat. So I would probably maybe a decreasing percentage over a number of years, not just one big lump sum in 1 year.
I'll pass it on to somebody that knew more about it, I guess. I don't know. It's tough, I guess, with some of the teams being, lower market teams. They need help, obviously, so I don't know. But, you'd have to have somebody that knew more about it.
Well, I just don't understand what the bottom line is with, they're talking at one point first year, 57% or something, and then 5 years, whatever it is later, 46%. That don't sound like a very good deal to me. I think it's plain and simple. You pay the players, and you split the income with the players, because they're the ones that are putting on the show, and I think they make enough money. It's but everybody's like anything else. Everybody else wants more. And I don't think I fault the players too much. The big contracts, what they're paying, I mean, whoa, that one guy, Weber, was it, or got $114 million? I don't think there's anybody in the world worth that kind of money, but for to play hockey or baseball, but it's just, I think sports has gone, a little crazy on that end of it,
I'd be the arbitrator. I'd get them all in the same room and tell the boys we got 6 hours and everybody's going back to work. So let's get at it. Hammer it out. There's millions of dollars here. Everybody's making millions. So let's figure it out. Something maybe that should be done in our industry as well. But misinformation and everybody wanting their piece of the pie. But like I say, Said it many times. There's lots of spokes in a race bike or a jogger wheel, and it takes every one of them to make the business go. So let's get it figured out and everybody get back to work and carry on. There's lots of livelihoods at stake. So hockey, baseball, horse racing, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Lots of money and everybody needs it to survive. So let's get this figured out.
What is your preseason prediction for the Stanley Cup?
Montreal. The Canadians likely win. Lose about 3 games total.
Detroit's my team, so I'll stick with them.
There's going to be no hockey, so there'll be no Stanley Cup. And if it was, it wouldn't be the Maple Leafs, I'll tell you that much. Boston Bruins. Go Bobby Orr.
I don't know if there'll be a Stanley Cup this year, but I would vote for Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, I predict that the Leafs won't be there.
The Leafs will have to improve, and I think they should if we ever have a season. I'd like to see them win a cup in my lifetime.
Well, I always like the Detroit Red Wings. I'm going to stick with them.
Well, I think it's going to go something along the lines of the Boston Bruins just kind of steamroll over everybody. Everything that stands in their path, kind of like they did 2 years ago. If they stay healthy.
You know, the Leafs, we're still waiting, hoping.
Probably, I like the Pittsburgh Penguins. They were all right last year. They were good 2-3 years for the last couple of years. They're always in the hunt, and they got a young team, and they're just growing and developing, and I think they're going to be tough again. So, always also Detroit Red Wings. They're in it every year. They're the best. So they're always the most consistent team, I should say. They're in the playoffs every year.
The Leafs aren't going to make the playoffs. I'd like to see Boston come back and do it again, but it's tough now with the caps and stuff to make a dynasty type team. So, like I say, I'd like to see Boston do it, but it's just hard to keep a good team together now with the salary caps.
I'm gonna take a lot of flack for this, but we're gonna go with Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, Jody Jameson be proud of me.
Okay, we'll go out on a limb. We'll say the Leafs. How's that?
Well, being an Edmonton Oilers fan, of course I'm going with the Oilers. We have to make the playoffs first, but we've got a lot of good young players, so if they all come together, I'm never going to go against them anyway.